Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're taking a look at some of the Chinese stocks listed in the Hong Kong. Before we begin, remember to take a second to give the video a like and subscribe as you greatly help our channel. Without further ado, let's first start off with the Hang Seng Index. So you can see the Hang Seng Index after hitting the 18,000 seems like a bear trap, bull trap here rather. Then the longs came in to take any trades above the 18,000 psychological support, thinking it will go higher. But unfortunately, we are seeing a pullback now. And of course, we're looking towards a cloud resistance, so do expect a pullback. That's it. Looking at the support levels from 14,597 to a high of 18,414. The first support is actually 78.6% at 17,597. In the event that we pull back down further, then 16.9 and 16.5 is the next two support. 16.5 is also this red baseline here, which is around 16,505 levels. As for the resistance to watch, it will be this blue conversion line. It's currently around 17,850. Moving on to the Hang Seng Tech Index. So you can see the Hang Seng Tech is also looking at a pullback. Currently, the recent high was 3885. The recent low was 2720. So we're looking at a 61.8%. It's a critical support level at 3440. If that do not hold, then we're looking towards the 33,300 psychological 3300 psychological support, which is also this red baseline here. As for the resistance to watch, we're looking at 3685. Let's move on to Alibaba. So for Alibaba, we're looking towards a good support at this blue conversion line. But not forgetting, on the way up, the cloud as a resistance. So you can see that it acted as a resistance here. It also acted as a strong resistance here. As for the critical resistance at 61.8%, 8340, it seems like we have yet to actually break above it. And it's still is a very strong resistance ahead for Alibaba. That's it. Support to watch out for 74.65, 71.90, and 69.20. Let's move on to Tencent. So for Tencent, similar pullback. You can see that this 78.6% already broke down. So we're looking towards 263 and 250 levels. This red baseline is also at 250 levels. In the event that we can pull back and then break out further, then that will be a good sign for Tencent. Moving on to NetEase. So for NetEase, critical support is around this $100 psychological support level. You can see that this red baseline acted as a very good support a few days back or 1 or 2 weeks ago. So this 61% and 103, 99, and 96 are all critical support levels for NetEase. As for the resistance to clear, it will be around 105, 106 levels. Moving on to Meituan. So you can see that Meituan is slightly weaker. We are already below the blue conversion line and also this red baseline. So that itself is not a good sign. And looking closely, we are actually at the 38.2%, which is already the last support at 134.8. You can see that buyers are actually stepping in at these levels, because if buyers do not support these levels, then we're looking towards 126 and even potentially revisiting 113 or 112.8. As for the resistance to watch, it will be around 141 and also this 152 levels. Let's move on to NIO. So NIO, it seems like still trading sideways. Not much of an excitement. We are looking at this 38.2% resistance at 94.75, still acting as a pretty strong resistance. As for the support to watch, we are 80, 76, and potentially heading back to 69.55. Looking at the resistance, is 83 and 86. Moving on to JD.com or 9618. So you can see that 9618 pulling back at this 61.8%. Buyers are actually stepping in at this level. If we pull back further, then we're looking at this red baseline at this 50% Fibonacci support at 183. And if that do not hold, we're looking towards 173 levels. For the resistance to clear, it will be this blue conversion line at 211 levels. Moving on to Baidu or 9888. So a very similar situation. We are looking at this 38.2% resistance at 92.80 and we're pulling back now. So the next support will be 88.85, $86. And this red baseline is also at $86. Moving on to AIA. So AIA is looking pretty good for now. You can see that 61.8% at 69.70 has yet to be tested. And we're still hovering above this 73.10 at 78.6%. So that is still a good sign. But for the resistance to clear, it will be $75. If you can clear it, then 77.40 may be the next target in sight. That's it. This red baseline is around 67. Coincides with this 50%. It's a very critical support that we must hold. Moving on to PingAn. So PingAn, once again, similar situation. We're looking at a pullback. Well, you can see that it was very well supported by this 78.6% at 41.70, and we are already heading back towards this 44.55 levels. If you can punch up further, then 48.35 is the next target to watch out for. If not, 39.50 and $38 is the next two support to watch out for PingAn Insurance. So you can see that this blue conversion line acting as a pretty good support in the past few days. Lastly, we have Xiaomi Corporation. So you can look at Xiaomi, it's very ugly. The charts similar to Meituan, very bearish looking. And also, this is also the cloud support level on the way down. So we do expect to see some buyers stepping in at the bottom of the cloud support level. So looking at the recent low of 831 to a recent high of 11, you can see that 38.2% is at 934, and it's also the last support to watch out for. In the event that we break down that level, then we're looking towards the $9 psychological support level. As for the resistance, we're looking towards 966 and 10-13 levels before we can actually go back up to $10 or even $11. So overall, you can see that we are looking towards a pullback on the Hang Seng Index and its respective constituents. That said, in the event that we can actually hold a critical support at the 61.8% levels, then potentially we may see a higher low compared to this low. If we can push up for a higher low, then we can potentially aim for a higher high ahead. So if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Till we meet again, appreciate the manipulation.